Hello everyone, I'm Yugesh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. In the following series of videos, we will take a step-by-step approach and master the Python programming language. For most of you who have absolutely no experience in programming or computer science, this video is specifically for you. The goal of the video is to use the least amount of jargon wherever possible and explain the concepts in a much more simplified version. Before we jump right in, we need to understand the difference between natural and formal languages. Natural languages are the languages that we speak on an everyday basis to communicate with other human beings. Formal languages, on the other hand, are designed by people for specific applications. For example, the notation that mathematics is the use of formal language that is particularly good at denoting relationships among numbers and symbols. Similarly, programming languages are also a type of formal languages that have been designed to express computations. Formal languages are designed to be nearly unambiguous in how they are expressed and interpreted, unlike natural language, because as per our understanding, we know that a natural language is full of ambiguity. A program is a sequence of instructions that specifies how to perform a computation. This computation might be something mathematical, such as solving a system of equations, or maybe searching and replacing a text in a document. It could also be something graphical, like processing an image or playing a video. Be it Python or any other programming language like Java, C Sharp, C++, etc., to name a few, the syntax might vary across these different languages, but some instructions are common in just about every language. These are: the program needs to get data from either the keyboard, a file, the network, or some other device. The program will display the data on the screen, or save it in a file, or maybe even send it over a network. The arithmetic logic unit will go ahead and perform all kinds of mathematical operations, ranging from simple operations like addition or subtraction to various complex ones. The program checks for certain conditions and it will run the appropriate code. To perform some kind of action repeatedly with some kind of variations. One can actually think of programming as a process of breaking a larger or a complex task into smaller bits until these bits are simple enough to be performed with one of these basic instructions. The Python interpreter is a program that reads and executes Python code. Depending on the environment, you might actually start the interpreter by just simply clicking on the icon. So this is the Python idle. I can either click on this and start the interpreter, or I can just go to my terminal and I can do Python and it's running. And now let's say I want to run a piece of code. It's very simple. You see the last line, and that's the prompt. And that indicates that the interpreter is ready for you to enter the code. So if you type in a line of code and hit enter, the interpreter displays that. So let's try that with a simple example of 1 plus 1 and hit enter. The result is 2. Traditionally, the first program you're writing in a new language is called Hello World. This is an example of the print statement. Although it actually doesn't print anything on paper, it displays the result on the screen. In this case, it's the words. Few things to note here. The quotation marks in the program mark the beginning and the end of the text to be displayed, although they don't appear on the result. The parentheses indicate that the print is a function. We'll get into the depth of functions in later videos. Value is one of the basic things the program works with. like a letter or a number. Some of the examples that we just saw are like hello world, and we tried adding 1 plus 1, we got the result 2. All of these are examples of values. And Python also has different data types. So when we input a data into Python, Python recognizes the structure of a data and it categorizes them into specific formats. So for example, if anything goes inside quotation marks, if I went ahead and typed something like hello world, or maybe let's say my name, Python recognizes this one as a string. So let's see, Python has an inbuilt function called type, and if I go ahead and input the value, okay, what just happened? Okay, I needed to put that inside my quotation, my bad. Okay, so you see class. So class is basically Python's categorization of data types. So in this case, Yugesh, which is going inside strings, is recognized as a string value. So any kind of value, even if I input a number inside a quotation mark, Python will recognize that as a string. Let's see that with an example. So this is without quotation marks. This is typically classified as an integer. So it's class int. Now if I did the same thing, let's say with, it's classified as a string value. Now Python has another data type and it's called floating value number. Floating value is any integer with decimal places or fractions. So let's say I had something like, let's say the value of pi, 3.1415 example. It classifies them as float. And in most of our future videos, these are the common data types that we will be using. And in your case, if you don't know which data type it is, just go ahead and use the type function and find it out for yourself. Just like we had seen earlier, Python provides us a lot of operators to perform a lot of computations. I mean, specifically the mathematical ones. So let's see some examples of how to do these calculations. So let's start with something simple like addition, subtraction. Let's say 43 minus 1. Let's do multiplication. Let's do division as well. 80 divided by 2. Now in this case, you see when I divide it, Python throws the output in the form of a floating value number. So that's for 40.0. So that's actually a floating point number. And remember, every time there is a decimal value, Python will recognize it as a floating value and not an integer. Now, I can also perform operations like exponentiation. So the difference is, let's say this is multiplication, but if I wanted to perform exponentiation, so let's say I wanted 2 cube 3, the result is 8. See the difference? I've used two asterisk symbols over here, and Python actually interprets that as exponentiation. So we'll go into the depth of each of these concepts in later videos. We'll try to understand more about how to do string operations, how to do numerical operations. But what you need to understand as a beginner is programming is basically a formal language. This is prone to very, very less ambiguity. So the syntax rules, how you interpret it and express it is completely strict, and that's one of the things that makes it very, very easier for us to build computation.